Hi, this is Lupita. Welcome to my channel. Lupita from Bella de Oliva Creations. Now, oh, let's put those puppies up there. Excuse my hair. It's so windy out there. I look like one of the girls from the era of the cartoon. They've told me that before. I mean, my hair gets this big sometimes. Anyways, today we're going to hem up some pants, and you're going to see how easy it is, and you don't have to spend that expensive price to get it tailored. It's amazing. It's a very quick, simple job, but you take it to the tailor, you have to wait a couple of days, etc., etc. When you could wake up that morning, you need them that afternoon, etc. It's less than an hour. You could do it in 30 minutes. It's very, very, very easy. The more you practice, the better you get at it. So you could try it out in an old pair of pants. Um, let's go ahead and get to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. That way, when you're out shopping and you find some pair of pants, but they're too long, don't be afraid anymore. You'll tell yourself, I got this. Okay, let's get to work.
All right, step number one, you do not want to do the stitches from the outside. You have a better chance of ripping your material. You want to start at the inside. As you can see, the stitches are a lot more wider. Uh, and as far as the unstitcher, I like to use the big needle. Let's start ripping it, guys. Here we go. Now I've already done the fuzzier part, and now I'm going to move it right along. I got lucky and had a string that just unraveled the whole thing. I'm sorry I didn't catch it on video. This is the original folding. If you could see that they did not mend the edges, they kept it raw. You could zigzag it if you want to, or use any other technique that you like. I like to use a zigzag most of the time. Well, it depends on the material. Let's get rid of all these natural creases that the pants have. Now, let's go ahead and start pressing it down. The fun part, the steaming and the ironing, and it's a lot of it. I cut off a lot. I cut off a lot of it so I won't bore you. Now, the best way is pat it to where it cools down so the crease won't revert. Just a little sewing pointer that really helps you out and saves you a bit of time when you're ironing. Now I got it pretty flat and even, so let's measure the outside, the middle, and the crotch area. Now as far as the back and the front, it's never even. So when you're moving it around, adjust it and go straight down to the crotch area. So that way, when you have the balance on the top and the bottom, you have that booty space. So I'm making sure that everything's smoothed out. The crotch area, you want to lift it up and move it sideways so that you could smooth it all out without having to have all those bumpies and lumpies that in the long run, they're going to cause you problems. So to be able to keep the seams nice and smooth, you got to do that. Now I'm grabbing an old pair of my husband's pants. I'm cheating a little bit. And cat hair. My cat likes to jump on the ironing board when I'm not watching. Now I'm old school. I like to use my soapy. I keep it sharpened with my potato cutter. I do have chalk pencils and what's it called it, markers that erase, and measuring and measuring. I do a lot of measuring to make sure after I iron, I measure. I iron again, I measure. I smooth out, make sure everything's lined up, I measure. And here we go, starting to mark it down, marking away. That's when I'm like, yes, I'm down to this point. Now, right here, I am doing the ruler. The ruler's nice and flat, and you could adjust it. I did mark it, if you could tell, with a Sharpie. You could always erase it with alcohol or polish remover. But there's the inch portions, and then I'll flip around for the millimeters as well. Now, when you're ready to cut and you're ready to put those scissors in, make sure that that's the amount you're going to cut and you're very 100% sure, because once you cut it, there is no going back. Now, my husband wants a little slack in the bottom because when he wears his boots, it smooths out a little bit more, but even then, he still likes them a little bundled up in the bottom at the ends. So the first line right there is going to be the last folding. Let's go ahead and start the first folding that tough blue jean. You've really got to like hold it nice and tight and be very firm with it and remeasure to make sure that I'm giving myself, like I said, less than half an inch to fold and conceal. That's going to be concealed completely by when I do the second folding. The second folding is going to be the one that I'm going to run it through the machine. This little part is the part that's going to be sealed and concealed. Okay, tick tock, tick tock. It's like the Mad Hatter. Okay, let's keep on ironing. We're almost there, guys. Don't get bored on me. This video is very short, so please watch it to the end. And if you have any comments or questions, put them down on the comment bar and I would be very happy to answer any of the above. If you want to see me do hems that are much wider, consider also the material that you're using. Now, circus gets a little bit complicated. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm offsiding the seam line so that way I could get a little bit more tight flattening. That way you have the opportunity to flatten it out very tight, because if you put the both seams together, it's too bulky and the steam won't go through and you won't be able to put that much pressure. Now, here I am seeing where my line of my soapy is. It's almost completely disappeared. I could see it, but on the video, you can't see it as well. But if you feel it's disappearing a little too much, go ahead and get that soap and redraw your line nice and firm, especially if it's your first time or just because you want to make sure that the line is nice and smooth all the way around. And it works out pretty good. I mean, you'll probably do this within 30 minutes your first time around. For example, we're like on the way out and I'm like, here, give them to me. Well, let me tell you, it's not just my husband, sometimes one of my kids or myself. Even though my kids are already all grown up and they know how to sew, they still come up to me and do that. Could you do it real quickly? So very quick measure, ironed, cut, zigzag, run it through machine, and voila, you're done. So we are on the pinning pot. You know, once we're pinning, the sewing machine is so close by. Here I am, I'm done with the pinning. 1, 2, 3. Measuring one more time before running it through that machine. And everything's looking good. 29 exactly. Now I am picking the black color because for me the black color is concealed more than any other of the blues that I have. I have a lot of different kind of blues. On this part, this is where I particularly like to start. I like to start in this part, and I do go back and forth quite a few times, not too many. Don't overdo it because, and then the back, well, the front part, it's going to be very overdone. Okay, so and then when you're going through the rest of the leg part, you want to stick really close to the edge, have your foot right next to the line so that way the opposite side, which is the outside, doesn't look like you're running around a curvy road. Yeah. So don't get sidetracked with that line that's right there. That's the old line from the previous hem work. So here we are with the lumpy bumpy part, and you do it again. And I'm double checking here to make sure that my lines are coming out nice and neat. Now, if you could see that there is the old crease, double checking the back, which I'm very secure that it all got tugged in properly. I gave myself that little bit more than, or a little less than half an inch, but yeah, I could feel it right there. So let's look at it from the right side out or inside out. No, right side out. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to answer them. And voila, here he is. He is very pleased with them. He does like a little slack for when he wears his boots. He doesn't like his jeans to be totally even and straight. So he is very happy with his jeans. Give it a practice run with one of your old pants or skirts, it'll work. Smashing that record button. Oh, excuse my best. I just have a lot of stuff going on here. But we're done for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. My goodness, look at that glare. It's like my eyes are going like in the middle. Or maybe I should just keep it like that. Thank you so much. Like I said many times, subscribe, share, ring the little bell thingy-majiggy so you can get notified. I will try my best to shoot out those videos. I got so many to edit, but I'm so busy, always constantly throwing another and another and another project. I cannot help myself. I gotta keep on doing projects every day. Oh, yes. We'll see you later. Have a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon, whatever your time zone happens to be. God bless. Ciao, ciao for now. See you later on the next video. Bye then. You just watched Bella Di Oliva Creations.